The Buffalo Bisons return to Salem Field this week after a week away from downtown Buffalo. Let's take a look back with this road trip recap presented by Student Transportation of America. The Bisons made their first trip to the Tar Heel State in 5 years, taking on the Durham Bulls for a 6-game set last week, dropping the opening game of the series 7-6, but not without a lack of several offensive stars in the game, which included Nathan Lucas. Had 3 hits, including a pair of RBI base hits against his former team to try and help lead the Bisons offense. Also, Damiano Parmigiani, a pair of 2 RBI base hits in the second, cashed in a pair with a base hit to center field, and then 2 more in the third inning with a double to left field. Helped the Bisons at the time to a 5-2 lead, but Durham would come back and score the opening win of the series. For Lucas, he would have a hit the next night as well and would be promoted back to the big leagues after hitting safely in 5 straight games with the Bisons. Called up just before September 1st and was back in the starting lineup for Toronto a couple of days over the weekend in Minnesota as well. Game 2 of the series, Riley Terada hit a 3-run home run, trying to help Buffalo's cause in the 7th inning, where they would score 5 times and bat around the inning, but eventually fall to Durham for a second straight night. For Terada, it was one of several RBIs on the week as well. The following night, he would walk twice and collect an RBI base hit for the Bisons on Thursday evening, again in a losing effort. And then in Game 5 of the series, Brandon Eisert made his 141st career appearance in a Bisons uniform, continuing to set the record in the modern era for games pitched. It would be his last game before being promoted to the big leagues as one of the 2 September call-ups. Both Eisert and Luis de los Santos were called to Toronto and were active for the final day of the series in Minnesota. On Saturday evening, the Bisons struck first in the game against the Bulls, but would eventually fall 9-5. But Alan Roden tried to lead in the cause. A couple of base hits, including his second triple of the season, scored 2 of Buffalo's 5 runs in the defeat. In the finale on Sunday, Buffalo would score first, and they would not look back. Stuart Burrow was sent down to the Bisons over the weekend and came back with a purpose. Leadoff walk to start the game, stole a base, and scored on a Josh Kasevich sacrifice fly, scoring the game's first run. That's all Buffalo would need in their 9-0 thrashing of the Bulls to close out the series on a victorious note. 1 inning later, Burrow would cap off the top of the second with a 3-run home run, his 9th in a Bisons uniform this season, to go along with RBIs number 38, 39, and 40. Added his 31st stolen base of the year as well. Mentioned Alan Roden earlier. He had a 4-hit day. His second 4-hit performance in a Bisons uniform. It was almost stopped as rains came through the area in Durham midway through the game. An hour and 10-minute rain delay ensued, but the Bisons bats picked up right where they left off. Roden cashed in 2 of his 4 RBIs with 2 in the 6th inning on a base hit that would score Rafael Antigua and Michael Turconi. Turconi was recalled from New Hampshire early on the weekend as well. It was the 10th shutout win for the Bisons on the season, the most of any team, not only in the International League, but the most shutouts of any pitching staff of all 30 teams in AAA baseball. Andrew Bash picked up his 4th win of the season. He is now 4-0, going 3 innings in relief. Trenton Wallace, bookend of the series for Buffalo, was pitching well before the rains came at Durham Bulls Athletic Park. 3 innings, scattering 4 hits, and struck out 6. The Bisons pitching staff, 12 strikeouts, 0 walks in the series finale on Sunday. Now Buffalo returns home for their second-to-last homestand of the season, welcoming the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs for the lone trip into downtown Buffalo this season. It starts with a Tuesday on Tuesday night. A lot of great promotions all week long, including the final Tops Dog Day at the ballpark on Wednesday. 6:05 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for another Honda Friday Night Bash, in which the Bisons will become the Luces de Buffalo for the 3rd and final time this season. As part of the Copa de la Diversión program, the Bisons will celebrate their Hispanic heritage with the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York. There'll be a pregame club-level party, which includes food, music, and dancers. And as always, the Resurgence Brewing Happy Hour and award-winning post-game fireworks show. Saturday afternoon, a 1:05 start time for the Bisons. It's Hockey Day at the ballpark, in partnership with our friends at the Buffalo Sabres and presented by legends Alex Tuck. The Sabres star forward will throw out the first pitch, and several Sabres prospects will be signing autographs in the concourse from 11:30 until 12:30 as well. Note the gates will open at 11:30 ahead of that 1:05 start time. And also note the early start on Sunday morning, 11:05. Not the scheduled 6:05 originally slated for Sunday. It's an 11:05 getaway day for the Bisons and the Iron Pigs as the Bisons finish out their second-to-last homestand of the season. For this road trip recap presented by Student Transportation of America, I'm Pat Malacaro.